I got Tank. I got Tank winning that fight. He just got to be on defense in the earlier.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis is set to face Lamont Roach on December 14th at the Toyota Center in Houston, and the buzz around the fight is strong. While some fans are excited, others aren't too thrilled. At the same time, social media is flooded with bold talk, pulling in not just the fighters, but also fans and trainers into the heated back and forth.
And Baltimore guys don't like each other. You know what I mean? So, it was a DC guy that I got into it with.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So one of the older guys named Dana, he basically told me chill out. Like, nah.
Right.
DC and Baltimore don't fuck with each other.
Yeah, they don't. One thing about it.
Tank and Roach have traded some intense words, but it was Frank Martin's message to Roach that really turned heads. Martin, a top contender in his own right, told Roach to think carefully before going after Gervonta Davis, saying he doesn't believe Roach has the skills to beat the undefeated champion.
Whoa.
Frank Martin didn't hold back. He made it clear he doesn't think Roach stands a chance against Tank. His words were sharp. Everyone feels confident until they're actually in the ring with him. This will just be another loss for Roach. That bold statement only added fuel to the fire as the Davis versus Roach fight gets closer. Gervonta Davis has been a force in the lightweight division for years. Known for his speed, power, and high knockout rate, he's considered one of the most dangerous boxers today. ESPN currently ranks him number 8 on its pound-for-pound list, proving how big of a name he's become in the sport. Thanks to his connection with the WBA, Davis can defend his lightweight belt against super featherweights, which is allowed under the rules. Still, many fans think he's taking advantage of this to dodge tougher fights at 135 pounds, picking opponents who don't seem to push him, just to keep his undefeated streak alive.
In your mind, did you say, I'm gonna fuck Tank up?
He in the spot that I want. You know what I
gonna
mean?
finish
Like, yeah, he gonna find out. The sparring, look, this
He
is the
didn't
thing.
touch me up. You were scared to get in the ring.
Where your man?
Lamont Roach moving up in weight for this fight has sparked some criticism, with people saying Tank is once again picking a smaller opponent to stay in control. Even so, Davis's strong track record can't be ignored. In his last fight against Frank Martin in June, he took charge in the middle rounds and ended things with a brutal knockout, showing exactly why he's seen as one of boxing's most dangerous fighters. That dominant win sent a clear message, and it's likely the reason Frank Martin, who experienced Tank's power up close, is now warning Roach not to take this fight lightly.
You feel like Tank has been receiving unfair criticism because of Lamont not being as known of a fighter as his past opponent?
Yeah, but it's not Tank's fault. You know, the guys with the so-called names, they turn Tank down, they price themselves out. And because people don't know Lamont, he's not as popular, they think he can't fight, but Lamont can fight. And he got a hell of a pedigree, you know, 7-time national champion.
Lamont Roach steps into this fight with a strong record of 25 wins, 1 loss, and 10 knockouts. Since his only defeat to Jamal Herring in 2019, he's been on a 6-fight winning streak. His biggest moment came last November when he edged out Hector Garcia by split decision to win a world title. While Roach doesn't have the same level of fame as Gervonta Davis, his recent performances prove he's a legit threat. He's also bringing a lot of confidence into the ring, fueled by his ongoing trash talk and back and forth with Davis on social media.
Hey, that's my guy. Left-hander, dynamite, power, explosive, you know what I'm saying? Good boxing ability. He's in training camp right now. He's putting that work in, and, you know, I mean,
On X, Lamont Roach didn't hold back, letting Gervonta Davis know he's not just another name to cross off. You think I'm like all the other guys you've faced? Think again, Measy. Roach shot back, making it clear he's coming in with confidence and something to prove. Tank, staying cool and composed, responded without hesitation, "I'd watch what you say. Talking too much can hurt you, but I'm sure you already know that." It was a typical Davis reply, calm, sharp, and a reminder that he always does his talking in the ring.
Whoa.
Even though Roach has been on a winning streak and talks with confidence, plenty of fans and experts still doubt he can handle Gervonta Davis. He's improved recently, but many feel he doesn't have the power or skill to truly push Davis. Still, Boxing is unpredictable, and Roach is focused on being the underdog who shocks everyone. Frank Martin's warning carries weight, not just because he's well-respected, but because he's faced Davis himself. Martin was once seen as a rising star with championship potential, but his bout with Davis changed the entire story.
There's a certain limit that you hit, right? But then there's that next criteria or that next top tier. And if you don't match that, you know, you never gonna know how great you really are. And I've done that a few amount of times already. I jumped out that box and done that. So I have yet to see Gervonta come out of that box yet. You know what I'm saying? They're about to put him with a guy at 130 pounds. Whether he's a champion or not, you're getting a guy lighter than you to come up and weight to make you look good again.
Martin was clearly outclassed by Davis, who used his speed and power to dominate and finish the fight with a knockout, leaving no doubt about who was the better fighter. Still, Lamont Roach isn't backing down from Tank. Despite Davis's tough reputation and strong record, Roach is confident as the fight approaches. His message is clear: I'm not Frank Martin. Roach believes he has different skills and more experience, and he's determined to do what Martin couldn't: defeat the undefeated lightweight champion.
They're both champions, but in this case, Garcia is the challenger. Oh, down.
Roach often points out that he has more experience than Frank Martin. While Martin struggled against Davis, Roach believes his own skills and background make him a tougher opponent. In a Cigar Talk interview, Roach said, "I'm not Frank Martin." He explained that Martin started boxing later, at age 15, and didn't have enough experience to face someone as skilled as Davis. Roach thinks his longer career gives him an advantage Martin didn't have. He added, he didn't have the experience to be in there with someone as skilled and experienced as Tank. Roach feels he matches Davis in skill, experience, quickness, and ring intelligence, and he's ready to take on the champion.
Man, I watched a few of your amateur fights, right? I didn't know that you and Tank fought many years ago as well, man. And I saw that, man. It was a close fight, man. It was a JO 2011.
Yeah.
I was battling back and forth, brother.
Yeah.
See, these boys look like pros with amateurs.
Roach's confidence isn't just talk. His record proves he has more experience and a solid base compared to Martin. Usually fighting at 130 pounds, Roach is moving up to 135 for this match and holds the WBA super featherweight title. He's also sparred with Tank twice before, losing both times by decision. But those losses haven't shaken Roach's belief that he can finally beat Davis. With every fight, he's gotten better and is ready to show it when they meet in the ring.
Gotta get back on the dust. Our game plan has had to keep him busy.
Oh, there's a but Martin doing the veteran thing. Davis Martin covered up well.
He needs to be a little bit more.
Oh, left uppercut.
Goes Mountain.
Big trouble here. There's the up.
Frank Martin and Lamont Roach have very different fighting styles, and Roach thinks that gives him an advantage. Martin is known for his speed and quick reactions, focusing more on skill and technique than pure power. While he can knock people out, his style relies on precision and agility. But when Martin faced Davis, he just couldn't keep up. Tank's power was overwhelming. Davis took over in the middle rounds and finished the fight with a knockout in the 8th.
You do it. This is the blueprint. You know, you work your plan and you work and you plan your work. And he's been doing that. He's gotten better since the loss. Sure, he's gotten bigger. He's gotten stronger. You know, so hats off to them. They put themselves in the position for a payday. And that's what this is all about. It's called prize fighting.
Yeah.
Roach, on the other hand, views himself as a more complete fighter. He doesn't depend heavily on knockout power. He has 10 KOs and 25 wins, but he's a clever boxer with strong ring intelligence. He's skilled at reading opponents and making quick adjustments during fights. His defense is strong, and he's proven tough to knock down or hurt seriously in his pro career. Roach's approach focuses on outlasting and outsmarting his opponents instead of just overpowering them. Roach is sure he can stand up to Davis's power. He asks, "Why do people think I'll fall like those fighters who didn't have the skill or experience?" Roach knows he's tough, Even though he's taken punches, he's never been knocked down or seriously injured in a pro fight. He admits Davis's power is on another level, but trusts his own durability to take the hits. Roach says that's what makes him different from fighters like Martin, who couldn't handle Davis's strength. They've sparred twice before, with Davis winning by decision both times. Sparring isn't the real thing, but it shows how they compare. Even with Davis's reputation for knockouts, he wasn't able to stop Roach in practice, which gives Roach faith he can handle Tank when it really counts.
So can you confirm or deny Lamont Roach would be the backup?
No, Lamont Roach and Tank got a history together. An amateur history where they went back and forth as amateurs. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Sparring and a real fight are very different. Since those sessions, Davis has only grown stronger and sharper. With 30 wins and 28 knockouts, Tank's power is well known and feared in boxing. Even though Roach believes he can absorb the punches, Davis's power has been a major factor in almost all his fights. So, while sparring might give Roach some confidence, the truth is this fight is on a whole different level. This isn't just practice, it's a championship match. And Davis will be aiming to end it the way he usually does, with a powerful knockout.
None of these people are outside with me training. None of these people are in the gym with me training. None of these people can do fucking half the thing that I can do. None of these people can achieve half of the things that I don't achieve. I'm in the position where I am for a reason. So all that stuff is just outside noise, and sometimes it, you know what I'm saying, it's training camp, so sometimes I get bored. I'm going to respond every once in a while. So
Roach's confidence heading into this fight sounds familiar. It's a story we've seen with Frank Martin. Like Roach, Martin believed he could be the one to hand Davis his first loss. He had speed, skill, and athleticism to make it tough. Martin also thought he could handle Tank's power, but we know how it ended. Martin fought hard, but when Davis landed his big punches, it was over. Roach says he's different. He believes his experience and smarter ring IQ will help him handle Davis's power better. "I've got the same experience as Tank," Roach said. "I've got the reflexes, the ability, and the IQ." Still, many boxing fans feel like they've heard this before. Fighters say the same things, but none have beaten Gervonta Davis yet.
It's not a bad fight, you know. Lamont Roach is a world champion. He's smaller than Gervonta Davis. The problem is not many people are aware of who he is or his ability. But he can fight. I don't think it's a huge fight, but not.
Gervonta Davis sees this fight as another chance to show he's the best. With an undefeated record, he's been dominating every opponent, and many expect Lamont Roach to be no different. As a WBA champion, Davis gets to pick his fights, which some fans criticize, saying he avoids tougher challengers in the lightweight division. Roach is moving up in weight for this fight, and to some, he looks like just another easy win for Davis. But Roach is determined to prove he's more than a stepping stone. He wants to pull off an upset and show he belongs with the top lightweights. Whether he can do it is still unknown, but his confidence is clear. The fight has also gained extra attention because of the heated online rivalry between Davis and Roach. Their back and forth on social media has added more tension and excitement leading up to their big December clash.
Oh, that's the hook.
It all began about a week ago when Roach tried to get under Tank's skin on X, saying Davis should spar with heavier fighters to prepare for their fight. But Roach's plan didn't work. Davis quickly fired back, saying all the talking would happen inside the ring. That sharp response made Roach pause and rethink. This back and forth showed the rising tension between them. Roach's confidence sounded a lot like what Frank Martin said before facing Davis. Martin, who Davis knocked out in 8 rounds, also claimed he was ready for the challenge, but the fight told a different story. Davis's reply to Roach hinted the same might happen again, suggesting Roach's confidence could be misplaced. A Ravens fan, clearly rooting for Davis and Baltimore, tweeted, "We're whipping DC for the rest of the year. Ravens today, Tank in December." The message was a double jab. Just like the Ravens would beat the Commanders, Davis would dominate Roach. Roach didn't back down. He replied, "This backslash stuff is different over here," standing up for both his team and his chances against Davis. Davis quickly fired back. "Yeah, you asking for it." That exchange showed the fight was heating up, with Roach's taunts adding fuel to the fire. Roach was left speechless, responding only with a confused emoji. But Roach's challenges didn't stop there. That same weekend, his Washington Commanders played the Baltimore Ravens in NFL Week 6. Just like on Twitter, Roach came up short as the Commanders lost 30-23. Baltimore's offense, led by Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, controlled the game, leaving Washington struggling to keep pace. The win gave the Ravens their 4th straight victory, putting them near the top of the AFC along with the Kansas City Chiefs.
The noise he do for the most part. He handled it very well, but we locked in, man. You know what I'm saying? Lamont just classy guy, man. But you know, he rattlesnake too, man. People don't know he mean, man. So, you know, you come at him, you know, he gonna bark back sometimes, and people don't be ready for when he come back.
We seen. For Roach, the Commanders' loss was a tough blow. His plan to link his rivalry with Davis to the NFL game didn't work out. Not only did he lose the Twitter battle, but his hometown team also came up short on the field. The defeat highlighted how difficult the road ahead might be for Roach in December. Just like his team struggled against the Ravens, Roach could face a similar test against Davis in the ring. Despite the online drama and Roach's recent setbacks, the fight is getting more attention from boxing fans. When the matchup was first announced, many doubted Roach could match Tank's skill. But with the heated social media exchanges and Roach's ongoing challenge to Davis, the fight is starting to build real excitement. The tension between them, both inside and outside the ring, is shaping up to make this December clash one to watch.
He's fighting the best. In the case of Gervonta Tank Davis, where he's given Lamont Roach a great opportunity. Remember, he gave Hector Luis Garcia opportunity to come up and fight him. We haven't seen him since, because that money good. Payday. We're talking payday. And Tank is now giving another brother. He just gave Frank Martin an opportunity.
Roach ini kud kaha haiku wa Davis ko Frank Martin esi zayada, mushkil mukabla dina chata hai. Wakata haiku uski pas Davis kub barabar tajurba, skills, or boxing ki samaj hai. Interviews main Roach hibi batata haiku Martin kamukabul wa zayada arsa boxing kar raha hai kyunki Martin surf 15 sol, ki umar, main boxing shurikiti. Roach ini amateur Doran Davis kusath du dafa ladai ki, dono dafa, hargaya lekanpura mukabla jila. Furby Roach or Martin, main kuch milti julti batain hang. Dono main confidence high fight southeast peli. Lekan Joe Tariq se Davis, ini Martin ko apni takat or sahi nishain se hareya. Waroach kulia ekways shatavni high jab, ring main utrega.
Action, you might, who knows, maybe you might get a call from Tank or something. You know,
yeah, Tank's my guy too, man. I appreciate him. He shouted me out after the win. And you know what's crazy? After he beat Hector,
Frank Martin once thought he could match Davis's skills, but Tank's unstoppable power and style were too much. Davis broke Martin down carefully and knocked him out in the 8th round. Like Martin, Roach is talented and skilled. But whether his confidence can stand up to Davis's deadly mix of speed, power, and smarts is still a question. Roach may be right that he's not Frank Martin, but he still faces many of the same challenges that Davis's record says it all: 28 knockouts in 30 fights. He has proven time and again that even the best fighters struggle against his pressure and power. What do you think will happen? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.